Hey guys, what's going on? Keeping it down a little bit. Hopefully, it is loud enough that you can hear. But I don't want to wake the little guy. I think I'm just gonna record one video tonight. Just do like a 30-minute video. And yeah, I've been I don't know, playing for like an hour and a half or so, and I've been getting crushed. And so I was like, I don't think I'm doing anything drastically wrong or different than I had been in the past. So I figured I would fire up a video. I think this needs to be a check call. The flop went check check. So I mean, we're gonna be behind sometimes, but I feel like the flop going check check, there being a flush draw, straight draw is possible, means that should be a check call. He just checked back the jack on the flop, which is fine, but yeah, I've been, yeah, I have no idea. I'm glad I'm not looking at my results, because I have no idea how many buy-ins I'm down, but it's just been, I've lost like 3 or 4 stacks at least to just various things. Some of them, probably bad beats, but I figured I'd fire up the video, talk through some of my thinking, and see if we can, go through some things. I did put in a pretty good study session today. I went through like 11 or 12 of my biggest pots lost. So I think there's some value in that. Posted a few of them to my Slack group for, review. I'll see what comes back on that. But hopefully I'll be able to get some time tomorrow to go through like another 10 hands. I figure if I do 10 hands a day, that should allow me to get through most of like the biggest pots I play every day. I did catch myself, like, I think a couple of the mistakes or pots or whatever were things that I actually have kind of already been over. So might be some, ×2 on things that I need to work on integrating. This is a limp call, and then, I do have an overpair here. I also have a gut shot, and kind of have like a fishy player. Now I have 2 pair, so this looks like a bet. Okay. King 6 offsuit. Open-ended straight draw on table 3. 3-6 suited. We could call, we could raise. Calling, playing in position's fine. We don't really want to fold to small blind raises too often, especially with suited cards. So we have a gut shot and backdoor flush draw. Pretty low equity hand, so it actually would make a decent check raise. And then once he checks, we'll just go ahead and bet 1/3 pot. See, I never did email table tamer support. It was on my to-do list. Ooh, we hit the gut shot. But I never did about the whole filling in the wrong amount to rebuy. I could check the support forums, but I'll try to remember to do that at some point tomorrow. 8-10 suited looks like a pretty good 3-bet. It's we could just fold. I just don't want to be really calling with anything in the small blind. So if it's good enough to play, I'm going to be 3-betting it. Button versus cutoff. I want to have a 3-bet range, and ace 10 offsuit works pretty well because it's Nothing I need to worry about getting 4-bet off of. 3-card straight, 4-card flush. Pretty good here. We are out of position. Probably the standard 1/3 c-bet is good. I mean, it checks to us, so probably no harm in betting. Ace-Jack offsuit, pretty similar to the Ace-10 offsuit. Rather just 3-bet it. Here we get a pretty good fold, like overfold card. The King of Clubs should be overfolded, so we'll bet it, and if called, we'll give up. Top pair looks pretty good for a bet. I mean, I guess we could check back to protect our checking range a little bit, but I don't think we do that. I don't know. I'm still like not 100% clear on what we're doing in single raise pots in position. I guess this is probably overfolded, and we do have top pair, so I'll bet. This guy has what, 3-bet one time, and we have position here. I think out of position we raise, and then in position we just call and play the pot in position. I think that's good. He donk leads out, so I'm not going to raise. I'm just going to call. I don't think we want to be raising the donk lead since it's usually pretty weak. This guy bets $1 into us. We hit trips on the river. Does he call with worse if we raise? I mean, he might call with a queen, but probably not. I think we actually get value owned. All right, so he checks there. I do think we do want to bet the turn with our top pair, top kicker. This is a 3-bet. I'm not cold 4-betting queen, king, queen offsuit. This could be a 3-bet. Ace-Jack offsuit. Again, like Ace-Jack offsuit makes a pretty good like 3-bet bluff hand. We'll check. I just feel like I increased control significantly when I'm recording. That's what I really notice is it's hard. Like if I'm not recording, I sort of lean back in my chair. Like for part, like I turned it off, but like I had a video going for a little bit, and it's just hard for me to stay like fully engaged and fully focused. Like I'm standing up right now. That helps. But yeah, I gotta say, I honestly think recording really helps me play better. Once both players have checked a couple times, this guy hasn't checked twice, but this guy's now checked twice. It looks like a good spot to steal. And I mean, 2 flush draws missed here. The king came through. There could be some like open-ended straight draws in here, or like gut shot straight draws that missed. I suppose if all of that stuff is true, then we can check back and win with ace high. So I guess we'll go that route. Tens is probably a hand we could have gotten him off of. Not something I was thinking about too much, honestly. It was not in the front of my mind. But probably a hand we could have gotten him off of with a bet. Bump it up with king, queen. I mean, this guy's potting it, but he doesn't really have a lot of stack left, so just because the stack to pot ratio is so small, there's really not much we can do. We'll put them all in. Tough luck. I mean, I guess why not, right? And this is seems like a dry board that we can barrel. That's a good barrel card. This guy's opening pretty wide, and he's folding 2 3-bets pretty wide, so... Well, I guess that's probably like 1, right? He's folded to a 3-bet, but queen 10 off is like pretty weak. Calling with it is kind of sucks, so... Seems like a good hand to throw in like a little kind of bluff 3-bet. Ace-8 suited, we probably want to raise. It's probably too good to just let this guy limp in with whatever, 78% of hands. We'll be probably betting 3 streets, or 1 street, I guess. This is a good check raise if we wanted to. Once he checks back, we can bet, but we had a 3-card straight, 3-card flush, so that makes for a pretty good check raise. This guy calls the flop, or the turn bet. I think this is a check fold on the river. Okay. So yeah, he chose not to bluff king queen, which is interesting. I'm not sure why he showed it to us either. This guy's like looks pretty bad. He's got almost 3 buy-ins. So it's a good combination of things. 9-8 suited. This is not the button, so I'm not sure this quite makes it to our 3-bet range, but it definitely is a call. The flop is a check call. The turn is a bet for protection, and yeah, just a protection bet, I guess you can call it. I guess if we didn't have anything, it would still be a bet, and we would call it a bluff. flop checks around here. I mean, 4 players, it's pretty thin to bet here, but we do have a second pair. Pretty standard stuff. Yeah, just bet here. We got a gut shot, backdoor flush draw. The 4 seems like a pretty good card to barrel. This guy's gonna have a pretty wide range, even though, yeah, I mean, he's just gonna have a wide range. And he's like folding a queen, so that's pretty amazing. That's like, wow. So, when this guy calls the turn, we should probably shut down the the bluffs. It pretty much goes for everyone. So one thing I considered is playing 25 no limit zone. I would be able to get more, hands per hour, obviously. But, or, maybe I could even play 2 zone and 2 regular. I'm not sure that's a good idea. Problem with playing zone is, you don't get player reads, obviously. But at the same time, you get a lot more hands, and you can kind of play your sort of default strategy against whatever you find the player pool tendencies to be. 6-7 suited is yeah, it's fine, but we don't have screw it. I play a linear 3-bet range, so like 6-7 suited doesn't seem like it would make it in, but I know when I go to my chart it does make it in, so let's just make sure we're always making the correct plays, not being lazy and not making the right play just because it's potentially more difficult. What am I doing? King 5 offsuit is obviously a button open. Queen Jack offsuit against the cutoff is a fold, I think. So I I almost think that like anytime I take a little bit of attention off the game, I just I end up in spots later on in a hand and I kind of look up and I don't have a good feel for how I get there. So I mean it goes without saying, but I feel like I need to say it over and over again that staying focused and keeping my attention like 110% on the tables is probably like by and far the most important thing I can do for my game. We got a call from this guy, which I don't think that means much. I think we want to continue betting on the turn. King 4 offsuit. I don't know what to do there. We'll just fold. So he like tanked and then checked. I don't know if that means anything or if he's on multiple tables, but I'm just going to fire again. So, I mean, he could have threes, fives, sixes here as well and be calling down. I mean, he could also have an 8 and be calling down. He could have 9s, 10s. I don't think there's a lot of value in betting again once the king hits. So I think it's a pretty good spot to check back. This is clearly a little block bet, which is fine. I mean, we kind of want a block bet. So he actually hits the king on the river. So he was calling. He called 2 streets with overcards, which may not be incorrect necessarily, but you don't. It's not typically what you see, right? Like we would expect him to have folded the ace king on the turn usually. So I'm pretty happy with how I played that. King 8 offsuit. Yeah, it's just a fold. Hmm. Right there. All right, so Jack 10-7, I would call like a code red flop if there were such a term. This is fine since we have equity. We really shouldn't be folding here. Especially to like donk bets, I'm not sure. So this is pretty good. Now we can fold, that's fine. Got bigger fish to fry on table 3. Yeah, I don't know if he actually has a 10 here, but he should never fold a 10. So, I mean, I think we just kind of size up our bet a little bit, bet 425, hope he calls with his 1 pair hands or his trip 10s, and call it a day. If we get raised here, it's pretty gross, but I guess we fold, since we don't expect him to be value betting worse, unless we think he value bets a 10. It's tough to know, right? Like, that's tough to know if this guy would value bet, like value raise a 10 on the river. He probably shouldn't. I guess we would have to look at the sizing. I just don't know. I guess in a few days maybe we could see what he had and then make the determination. Again, we probably shouldn't be folding here with 2 overs plus the backdoor flush draw. Shit, you know what? That probably was a raise. That's one thing I'm probably screwing up, is I should be check raising like 100% on the flop. The bet and then the check on the turn. No. I feel like I've been getting myself into trouble trying to take like too many bluffs on the river that aren't correct. I think the mistake was not raising the flop there. Yeah, the nut freaking flush. So surprised he didn't bet the turn. Let's bet here on table 4. Jack 3 suited, not quite good enough to open, but yeah, this guy likes showing his hand. That's cool. I like that. Makes. Come on, table tamer, don't do that. You didn't miss it. I hit the scroll wheel once and it flipped it all the way to all in. I think king 9 off is a little too good to not raise. So somebody left a comment on one of my videos about how it kind of feels like, you know, they win and then they don't win, or they get unlucky. And I mentioned, I think, in one of my responses, in addition to, like, it doesn't really matter, because like there's not much you can do about that, right? Like, you should really focus on the stuff you can fix. Now, if you think you're like playing perfectly and every decision you make is correct, like maybe then, and you know you're losing over 50,000 hands, like, yeah, maybe then it's like, let me look into, you know, see if like maybe the site's doing something weird, or, you know, they're super users, and start mining for like data or situations, or, you know, whatever it is people do that end up in that situation. I never have, because I know I'm making plenty of mistakes. The point is that there was a I remember a while back, like, seeing a piece of software that would like run and like actually tell you your Skolansky bucks, which is a little different than all in EV. It'll tell you, like, if this guy bets here and he's ahead and I call, like, he'll get those Skolansky bucks or whatever, because he was ahead when this like call was made, or like by that amount of EV that he has, at like when each bet goes in. It's, you know, something like that. It's like a little more accurate than all in EV. And then this might be a fold. If he barrels again, he checks. Do we go for the thin value? We might value own ourselves sometimes here, but I've been trying to really make sure that, like, when I think there is some thin value to be had, that I'm going for it for a couple reasons. One, you can make more money. And two, like when you get the fold, it sort of artificially inflates your red line. Now I say artificially, but realistically, you know, we bet there with a better hand than him. So we read the situation correct. And, you know, it's probably correct that we're betting. Just because he folds all the time doesn't mean it's not a correct bet. And I'm going to get off this table because it is terrible. I'm going to kind of use that as a reminder to look around at my other tables. This looks, these are all pretty, like, not fantastic. Again, we check 100% out of position when cold called pre-flop from in position. Yep, I'm gonna just keep betting here with my A7. Now he checked the flop, so this is a spot where we'll pretty much bet 100%. And again, here, right, we went bet, and, you know, he went check, call, check, call. Check, call, check, call, check. So I'm not as confident in this spot, and this guy called the turn. Not as confident that we're gonna be best here. Not exactly sure how to put that into words, other than the fact that when people are check calling, they're usually not folding, and if he's calling that river, then A7's not looking too hot. 5, 7, 8 against this 48% cold call, dude. This is kind of a, like, not sure. I was thinking of check raising. Check calling is probably not terrible. Check raising might be slightly better. But then I was like looking at, like, it's kind of a long road to get to a spot where I'm going to win that hand. I don't know if that necessarily makes it wrong, but I have to raise, and then I have to barrel the turn, and I have to hit the right cards on the turn. I don't know, it's probably just a raise. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Under the gun, like I said, I kind of use this as like my bluff hand for, and raising. Ace jack offsuit makes a good like bluff raise because it has decent blockers. It can play post flop, but it's not like ace queen and like an ace king or like a pair of jacks. Like they feel kind of bad to fold to 4 bets or like queens. But ace jack, you don't really worry about folding to a 4 bet. King jack's gonna be a raise. This is I don't think we have a raising range on these monotone boards. It just doesn't work that well. I mean, we don't quite have the stone cold nuts here. That's kind of nice because, like, I mean, well, no, never mind. That is nice in no way. That is like zero in 0 ways nice. Yeah, I mean, we're probably not always going to win here. There's straights, there's flushes, there's ace 6, which is a hand we do okay against. I was thinking if we had a full house, it'd be nice if the straight also got there, because then it's like he can have flushes, he can have straights, and like we, crush all of it. I just forgot the part about us needing a full house for all of that to be true. Sort of jumping the gun a little bit. pretty aggressive triple barrel. I guess it's blind versus blind. Still seems a little aggressive. Jack 6. I think yeah. We can open that. That's fine. Oh shit. Didn't bump that up to 75. I don't think we need to call the 3-bet from the guy that's raised 2% of hands. Ace king. So yeah, since I started recording, things have sort of, picked up a little bit. Middle pair, we can't really fold that. 4, 6, and 6, 9 have straights. Everything else is like 2-pair sets, flush draws, and we do have position here, so I don't hate calling. This is an interesting triple barrel, right? Because so much stuff missed, and I mean, he kind of has to have not only that, but like he donked, right? He went bet, which is like a notoriously like bluffy line. So this is gonna lose sometimes, but it's a pretty bluffy line, as can be seen by the results. It's something that's been happening. That's like the third or fourth hand where something like that has happened, where I've been correct about everything except for the river. And what has happened is there's been a spot where there's like a very bluff heavy line takes place, and the person is bluffing, but then they happen to hit, a hand on the river, and I end up calling it off. And I don't know exactly what that means. I don't know if it means that I'm doing something incorrect, or if it, is the line, bet, and then they give up? Like, is that frequent enough that I shouldn't be calling it off? Like, I'm just not sure. And that's now happened like at least 3 or 4 times. Like, not a insignificant amount. Debating on whether or not this is a small value bet on the river, like block bet / value bet. I think we'll go for it. He actually folds. I guess king high might be good. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention, to be completely honest. Looks like I should have fired the turn on this one, once he checked. Actually, I think I missed a flop bet as well. Looked like I really just dicked the dog on that hand on table 1. Now this is a check. If he checks back, though, the turn is going to be a bet. And then out of position, I'm just not feeling these out of position hands. I'm going to have to do more work on those. Let's pot this up. That's like almost something I may actually just send a message to my coach asking him about that, since it's come up like three or 4 times now. And I can't really like make heads or tails of the situation, because I'm like 90% right, but then like that 10% is, the largest bet on the river that I'm wrong about. So it's a little uncomfortable. 3-handed. We've got a gut shot, backdoor flush draw. Not a great board to check raise either. I will call. Call there. And we're in position here, so we can bet. I'm not calling any more bets. The gut shot's not nearly as valuable. My range should look pretty capped here at like 1 pair, so I would, okay. Make sure we get a rebuy. What the shit? Call. Raise. That's like, I think, a board that we're not c-betting blind versus blind. Although, actually, shoot, you know what? Against this guy, we probably are. I actually think that, like, he can call with a 6 here. Okay, he had the jack. It might have been a little thin, but again, against a guy with like 48% range, blind versus blind, like, I don't think that's as wacky as it looks. Now, I didn't start getting my hands into like 9:30 tonight, somewhere in that ballpark. So I won't quite get 1,000 in tonight, but I should be able to get like 500 or 600. I hope. Make sure we stay on good tables. We got a fish directly to our right. Everyone else at this table is like ridiculously tight. This was a 3-bet or a limp. I treat like these limp pots kind of like they're 3-bet pots. Again, this guy's got 57% of hands, even though the ace is out there. Like, I think we're okay just barreling against him. If he calls the turn, we should probably slow down, but I think we just bet flop and bet turn like 100% against somebody that's got a 63% VPIP. And this raise, I mean, we don't really have anything going here. We've got 2 overcards getting raised on a low board. It's a good spot to check raise for I guess it's not a check raise. I guess he's just, what the heck happened there? Were we just c-betting? I'm not sure. Fairly similar idea here. If we think that this player is just going to PL a lot, we should just bet twice almost always. Again, once they call, we could probably just check back and assume they, have 7s through aces, and they're probably just not folding. This guy's got the ace 4, so it's fine. 3s is going to be a call, not a 3-bet in the big blind. Out of position. Don't think I need to mess with that. Let's see. Lock monsters. That's this table right here. Actually, it looks pretty bad, which, yeah, I mean, there's a couple soft spots, but they're directly to our left. So let's sit out big blind there. Well, I'm glad that the session's going a little better now that I'm probably slightly more focused. There's a fair bit more sort of randomness at 25 NL that I think gets me into a little bit of trouble. Pretty standard 3-bet with queens. And Jack 4 offsuit is a little light on the button even. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this can be aces and kings, but from a short stack, I'm not, ace king's still a little bit more likely. Happens to be aces this time. I don't think that's anything I can get too worked up about. I have said before that, like, if you're, stacking off with queens pre-flop a lot at these limits on this site, that you're probably not doing yourself any favors. But especially against short stacks, I mean, that was a cold 4-bet. I don't know, I wonder if I have enough. I don't want the HUD to turn on, but let me look at hand to note. Here. Okay. Just out of curiosity, hopefully it doesn't pop up the HUD. That's not really what I want to happen right now. So 4-bet. Oh, that's 4-bet pots. I think we just want pre-flop. I know I'm playing a little bit distracted right now. I apologize. But the information should be good. Okay. Oops. First 3-bet. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack. I have a straight. All right, so bottom line, total versus 3-bet. Yeah, I mean, there's a non-zero. If we look at yeah, so I can pull this over here and show you guys. I mean, this is the range that's getting 4-bet overall. This isn't in the exact situation I was in. This isn't a cold 4-bet either, but this is a 4-bet, and this is the range. So queens is doing okay there. We'd have to sort of plug in specifics, but yeah, queens is not like a dog by any means, I don't think. And that's about, I mean, that's kind of what I have the database for. I don't really have the database for super specifics, but if we looked at, I don't know, like an open and then what, a button, it was like a small blind 3-bet and then a big blind 4-bet or something. I don't think we would find anything shocking. I mean, maybe the big blind versus 3-bet. I don't see, like, I can't figure out how to see what a cold open 4-bet. So yeah, I mean, open 4-bet's a little tighter. A lot of kings. Yeah, I just don't have the numbers, but I can show it to you. It is a, oops, it is a very, what is it doing? What the hell is this? Oh my gosh, this is really pissing me off. So, this on the left is the open 4-bets. So yeah, you're gonna run into ace, king, aces, kings, queens, jacks, less tens, and then some nonsense. But yeah, I think queens you just have to, especially against a short stack, kind of have to stand your ground and go. If you guys are interested in hand to note, I gotta add some links into the descriptions of all my recent videos so that you guys can sign up through my affiliate link if it's something you're interested in. That would help me out, keep me in business making videos, keep me doing work for you guys to hopefully help you all get better while I get better. That is the goal. I'm trying to get on a 4th table right now. That's my immediate goal, is to get on a 4th table. Nope. Lock monsters, that's the one we were just on. So this guy called a 3-bet. Queen 9-2 is fairly disconnected. We can definitely bet on this. We don't need to bet big. We just do our third pot sizing. Actually, check raises. I really think like check raise is kind of rough here. I feel like it's way more weighted towards. I feel like a check raise in this spot should be weighted way more towards bluffs, but I'm gonna fold it. If we had a spade on the board, I would call, because I just I mean, just from like a mental sort of perspective, think about it's a 3-bet pot, and it's a fairly dry board. If you have like a set of queens or even ace queen, like are you really, maybe ace queen, like maybe you would raise there with ace queen or king queen or something just to protect against like ace king. But I don't know. I'm always like that one seems a little suspicious to me. It's fine though. We're not like nothing terrible is happening, I don't think, by us bet folding there. Here, let's see, we got a fairly loose guy, it looks like. Yeah, we'll just do our standard sort of double barrel on sort of dry boards and hopefully take it down. See how much money we make doing this? Like, I feel like it's hard to comprehend how much. I mean, like, if I look at my double barrel with air, like, it's got a really high success rate. And then also, like, the fact that I get so many folds means I really need to, like, back the hell off on the river. And that's one thing that I think I could use some work with. I thought this table was called Gitmo. It's called Giacomo or something. It's like Gitmo. That'd be a pretty aggressive table name. For some reason it didn't open. That's a new thing that started happening tonight. The tables don't open. Makes it actually pretty tricky to get on the tables. Believe it or not. Eerie Nopa. Like they just like freeze out at 97%. What the fuck is this? I don't think we can fold here with the gutter backdoor flush draw, especially if we're gonna hit the gut shot. I mean, it's like, come on, make it a challenge. Yeah. So these tables just won't open, which is a pain in my nuts. Yeah, we're out of position. So like out of position, we kind of want to favor raising. I'm just gonna 3x this. Right, because like he can just check behind on the river, so we want to take the initiative away on the turn. That way we can bet turn, jam river, and you know, go from there. Unfortunately, he folds. I think our sizing is okay. 3x. He bet kind of small, so I'm okay with it. We finally got on a table. We are at 55 minutes. It is 12:22. I don't know. I keep saying that I'll just do one video, but I feel like I play so much better with the tape rolling. I probably will do another one. Not only that, but I don't mind having more content coming out. I don't think that hurts. Pretty much the feedback I've got is to put out as much content as I want. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button though. I gotta make sure the ratio of thumbs up to thumbs down are going the right way. So if for some reason you have the desire to click the thumbs down button, leave a comment. Let me know what's going on, that I can potentially do better. I kind of like, the way I view it is as long as the video is like accurately labeled, the only time I really thumbs stuff down as a YouTube viewer is if I feel like the title is misleading, right? Like that pisses me off. That makes me hit the thumbs down button, as if like, a video says one thing and I click on it and it's something else, like then I'm like upset. But yeah, if there's something that you guys don't like about the videos, let me know, and if it's, within the realm of reason, I'll try to course correct. Like if you don't like the late night NPR style videos, let me know and I can possibly not make them anymore, or just label them as such so it's a late night NPR style video. Not really trying to bluff raise 2 players off of a pot, especially with like an 8 high flush. We got checks back here. That sentence is not that. We got checks backs here. Like, what the hell does that even mean? Yeah, that's not surprising. Okay. Well, it's like 75 cents to call, so I guess we will. Yeah, like pay attention to people's bet sizes. Just because it's a raise doesn't, like. Here we do have a gut shot, right? Like we got a gut shot. He's betting, half-ish pot. We have position. Again, he's betting about half pot. I mean, we have position. We can raise if we do hit our gutter, as long as it's not like the spade. That's not ideal. So he checks. I think he's checking to check call. I think we're going to lose. I think we're going to check back. I don't think there's like much to do here. That's interesting. He's just like barreling with a jack, huh? With a pair of jacks. It's weird. So not quite what I expected. Worked out okay for him. Jack 8 suited on the button seems like a reasonable call. Ace queen, let's pot this up. We get check raised. I mean, we don't really have much going on here, so look how tiny this check raise is. If we had any equity, we would call, but we don't. We raised here, so I'm going to go ahead and put the 1/3 pot bet with the ace queen. Queen 10 off, a little light, so why not? Let's bet again with 2 pair. If this guy jams on us, I mean, because of his stack size, I could see him doing this with king queen, king 8. Like, he could do this with worse value hands, so we can't fold. But if it was like a deeper stack player that looked like more of a reg, we would probably want to get away from it. If we were raised, well, I mean, if we were like raised and then like jammed on the river, I don't think we would just fold 2 pair to a raise on the turn. We're still way out of position here. This is not. I'm just gonna give up on table 3. Like, if we were like even in the middle, I would be more likely to bet. But like when you have 2 people to go through every time, it's, even if we would have taken that down, it's kind of it just feels like a long shot. And I'm pretty sure we're allowed to play fairly nitty, out of position multi-way. Oh, all right. Let me change over the tape. We're at an hour, so I will be right back. Hit the thumbs up button.